right underneath the... Good morning. I want to thank you all for being here today as we kick off this exciting project to replace our Kellogg Bridge and 3rd Street Bridge. Let me tell you, I have become one of the most municipal people I know. There's absolutely nothing like opening a new playground, buying garbage trucks, or building a new bridge to start the day and the week for me. And so I'm really excited. I'm grateful to see all the many people here. There's so many people here because so many of you have been absolutely instrumental in helping us move this critically important project forward. Certainly want to welcome our federal partners who are here with us today, U.S. Senators Amy Klobuchar, Tina Smith, and U.S. Congresswoman Betty McCollum. Thank you so much for being here today with us. You've always been steadfast advocates for our city, championing our pursuits of safer, more accessible infrastructure, and the $7 million regional solicitation grant that went into building this bridge could not have happened without a whole lot of phone calls from all of you, a whole lot of letters, a whole lot of championship in Washington, D.C. on our behalf. I appreciate that. I tell people all the time that what matters more than who your mayor is, who your congress member is, and even who your state representative is how your mayor, your congress member, and your state representative are working together on your behalf. And it's always a pleasure to me to be a part of a really incredible team. I want to welcome State Senator Sandy Pappas, State Representatives Maria Isa Perez-Vega and Dean Erdahl, and Ramsey County Commissioner Rena Moran, all of whom were key partners in securing the necessary funding through state bonding bills and the Transportation Finance Bill. Thank you guys for your work. Representative Erdahl. This bridge, as I talk about that team, this bridge had two different bonding allocations for a total of $80 million to help get this bridge done. This is the biggest bridge that the city owns and operates by far, and we just could not have reconstructed the bridge without the support from our state and our federal delegations. So I want to say thank you. I want to say a huge thank you to State Representative Jay Xiong, State Representative Samaka, Capital Investment Chair State Representative Fu Lee, former Capital Investment Chair Mary Murphy, and former State Senator and Capital Investment Chair Olmsted County Commissioner Dave Sinjum. They cannot be here today, but let me tell you, they were all tireless advocates for securing funding for this project today. Would you give them a round of applause in absentia? I also have to share my gratitude for former City Council President Kathy Lantry, who was among the first to push for more in-depth conversations about the longevity of this bridge and open the door for important funding opportunities from our state, city, and federal lawmakers. She's been just an absolute critical leader for this city, an absolute critical friend and mentor of mine. Would you please give a round of applause to, there she is, former City Council President Kathy Lantry. Finally, I have to recognize our city staff here today. I tell folks all the time that I'd say 98% of the time, if I say something and people clap, I'm talking about hard work that some city employee has done, that someone else has done, the real hard work behind whatever we're talking about. That's certainly the case today. I have to include Director John McCarthy with our Office of Financial Services, our Parks and Recreation Director Andy Rodriguez, Public Works Director Sean Kershaw, Chief Resilience Officer Russ Stark, and all of our city employees in the back. Would all of our city employees here just wave your hands so we can clap for you and thank you for your work? Nearly 15 years ago, the Minnesota Department of Transportation deemed the Kellogg Boulevard 3rd Street Bridge structurally deficient and functionally obsolete. Extensive cracking, coupled with new federal guidelines for bridges, threatened the safety of the over 14,000 vehicles that cross this bridge every day, pedestrians and bicyclists, as well as the lives at risk if some catastrophe occurred. And for well over a decade, we implemented temporary relief plans and short-term fixes while we sought out a permanent solution. Today, we break ground on that solution. This project, as I've mentioned, is a mix of city, state, and federal funding. The complexities of increasing costs without the scope of the project changing has taken us a long time to get to this moment. Senator Pappas, I want to thank you for your constant support to secure millions in funding in both 2020 and 2023. Our Kellogg Boulevard 3rd Street Bridge is a vital connector to our regional and statewide transportation network. It brings people to downtown St. Paul for work, dining, games, tournaments, concerts, and much more. It's a bridge that every St. Paulite, especially those who live on our east side, use, which is why their voices were so important in designing the new artistic elements of the bridge. When complete, our new bridge will significantly improve the corridor's multimodal transportation and accessibility. This means a safer, more reliable connection to our city, whether you are driving, using transit, walking, or biking. As a Union City, we're proud that the new Kellogg Boulevard 3rd Street Bridge will be union built by local workers in partnership with London Construction. As we get underway with this 3-year project, I do have one other thing to say. Downtown St. Paul remains open for business. I encourage you to explore a new route into downtown and support our local businesses. We have an incredible selection of restaurants, shops, and attractions, many of whom are with you here today. I thank you for being here. A new Kellogg Boulevard 3rd Street Bridge links public safety with our efforts to revitalize both our downtown and our east side. I'm thrilled to see this construction begin and the transformation that is to come as we build this incredible new bridge. Our next speaker has earned a reputation as an effective, results-driven leader, willing to reach across the aisle to get things done. She knows we need a safe, reliable 21st century transportation network to support our 21st century economy, and worked hard to pass the bipartisan infrastructure law, the largest investment in our nation's infrastructure in history. It's my honor to thank and welcome our United States Senator, Amy Klobuchar.
All right, thank you. Okay, I planned that. Thank you so much, Mayor, for that kind introduction. Thank you to all these incredible workers, the interns who I got to meet, yay, from St. Paul. Thank you to the bicyclists who are here. I know you're psyched about this project. Very cool. And it is great to commemorate the end of an era, yes, but the beginning of the next chapter for St. Paul. Thank you to Senator Smith and Representative Cullum. We have all worked together on this. As you know, Betty delivers for this district, and we've just made sure that we got our part done, the federal funding. Senator Pappas, Representative Perez-Vega, thank you so much for your work. I want to wear those glasses in Washington. It would make my day better today. So cool. And then also Ramsey County Commissioner Rena Moran, thank you for your longtime leadership, and Dean Erdahl's out there, the work that you have done as well. A decade ago, this decision was made to replace this bridge, the longest city-owned bridge, and it was just an idea. But while the bridge closure is going to take some getting used to, I think we are used to these infrastructure projects. And this thing that was just an idea, that was a long-term plan, instead of just saying, oh, maybe we'll get by for another year, wouldn't have happened without the state officials and the county officials and the local officials, are your great mayor here today. This is going to be well worth the wait, St. Paul. 4 lanes of traffic, yay. Barriers to separate pedestrian and bike trails for safety, safer intersections. It's going to be a game changer for anyone who drives or walks or bikes between the east side and downtown St. Paul. The city, of course, is booming, right, Mayor? And so we need to think forward, not backwards. We have the city's 11 colleges, shaping almost 60,000 of tomorrow's young professionals. St. Paul continues to grow, with the city's population recently passing 300,000. So this project couldn't be coming at a better time. We know that it's not going to be an easy project. Replacing the bridge won't be easy, but we know that these great union workers are going to get the job done. Make no mistake, it's going to make a big difference in the 14,000 vehicles that cross this bridge every day. Anyone who will take the Gold Line bus, from Woodbury to Union Depot's going to be into this project. Parents bringing their kids to the Children's Museum and the Science Museum. Parents leaving their kids with someone so they can go to the Ordway. And it matters for Saints fans for catching a game at CHS Field. So that's what this is about. It's about our entire community. And I want to thank the mayor, thank everyone for thinking ahead. With that, I turn it over to my colleague and good friend. They always say that in the Senate, and they lie, but I don't lie. She's my friend. With that, I hand it over to Senator Smith. Thank you.
Thank you. Good job.
Well, good morning, everybody. And congratulations, St. Paul and Ramsey County and everybody who lives in this part of the metro area, and especially everybody that has worked so long and so hard to make this project a reality. Led by Mayor Carter, who is, I am quite sure, the #1 advocate for St. Paul. Whenever Mayor Carter calls me, I know he wants to know how I am. But I also know he has something that he's working on that is going to make St. Paul a better city. So thank you to Melvin and to the incredible team at the City of St. Paul. Thanks to my federal sisters, Amy and Betty, who never lose sight of the importance of investing in infrastructure in this community and all communities in this part of the state. And I also just want to say, Amy and Betty and I are so dedicated to our work that we're leaving here immediately afterwards to get on an airplane and fly back to Washington. So if we sort of fade away, you'll understand where we're going. And I want to add my thanks to the legislators that are here today and your incredible work keeping the fight going for, I mean, how long, Senator Pappas, have you been working on this? Rena was working on it when she was in the legislature, and now she's at the county. So a lot of work has gone into this. So Kellogg Boulevard, this corridor connects some of Minnesota's most important landmarks, whether it be the River Center or City Hall or Union Depot or the Science Museum. It connects this part of our community to the rest of our community in a way that matters to thousands and thousands of people every single day. And, you know, I think most people don't even realize that so much of Kellogg Boulevard is actually made up of bridges. And this behind us is the longest city-owned bridge in St. Paul. So it's a hugely important part of the transportation network to keep us connected. Amy and Betty and I worked really hard with Mayor Carter and other local leaders to deliver the federal funding to help make this happen. I'm really glad about that. I want to do a special thank you to the Biden-Harris administration. We worked closely with them to bring this project to St. Paul. And of course, a big thanks to Governor Walz and Lieutenant Governor Flanagan and our state legislature for their strong state support. At the end of the day, this project is about keeping travelers in this part of the metro safe and connected to their work, to their government, to entertainment and culture and fun, and to friends and family. That is what this is. That's why this is important. That's why we do this. And this is why, because we make this investment, this is one of the best places in the whole country to live. So congratulations, St. Paul. I'm so glad to be here to help you celebrate and break a little ground. This is the heaviest dirt I have ever moved in my groundbreaking. So well done. And I like particularly the concrete cement breaker there. It's good. And now I'm very pleased to welcome my other dear federal partner up to say a few words, Representative Betty McCollum.
Thanks. Wow, what a great day. And a lot of what's been said's been said. So I'm a social studies teacher, as Governor Walz is, so we're going to go on a little bit of a quick history lesson. So to all my, look at the team up here, Your Honor, us sisters, we rock. We rock for you in St. Paul. So let me, you know, talked about, Tina and Amy talked about how we connect, you know, St. Paul through this bridge. But I think hearing the airplanes is beautiful. I think seeing Amtrak now, 2 lines, is fabulous. And I grew up on South St. Paul. The barges, we can't see them right down there. Where else can you see cars, trucks, bicyclists, airplanes, barges, trains, and occasionally a really big hit from the Saints Stadium? That's right. Only here. this is a place where it's happening. So I'm excited about what the design team's doing. So as you can tell, I don't have much of a voice, so I'm gonna finish her up here. So why is it called the Kellogg Bridge? Well, Senator Kellogg was the namesake of this bridge. And Mr. Erdahl, Senator Kellogg, was a fine Republican who voted for World War I, and after he saw what happened in World War I, dedicated the majority of his ending political career to work out for diplomatic solutions. It's a bridge that binds. It's appropriately named the Kellogg Bridge. It's appropriate for what it's going to do, connecting all of St. Paul. And I am so excited to be here that I want to hear from the next speaker, who I had the privilege of serving with when I was in the Minnesota House. Let's hear it for Senator Sandy Pappas.
Thank you so much, Representative McCullum. I was just thinking about you the other day because the last time I was in Chicago for a national convention was with you. And the van driver left her luggage on the curb, and she got to the airport and didn't have her luggage with her. That's our big event that happened at that. It was the second term of Bill Clinton, so it must have been 1998. Long time we go back. I thought we were at Union Depot, and when you live downtown, you think you live 10-minute walk from any place downtown. So I was at Union Depot around 9 o'clock when Eric called me and said, you know, it's another half mile to get down here. And I do want to do a shout out to Eric Peterson. I mean, a lot of this work goes behind the scenes, and Eric has done an amazing job, almost by himself, totally, in putting events like this together, plus all the lobbying at the legislature. This was a big lift to get state money for this bridge, I have to say. Bridges are super expensive, but we don't want another bridge to fall down on our watch, right? So they have to be a priority. And to have all St. Paul legislators, Zhe Zhang, who was the author, with Maria Issa in the House, with Mary Murphy as the chair, and with Dave Senjum as the Senate chair, Senator Dave Senjum. We didn't know if it was going to happen. So many years we don't do bonding bills. We can't get the votes together, like, unfortunately, this last year. And so we tried, I don't remember, a couple years before 2020. And then I think we only got it done in 2020, where we got $54 million, because it was during COVID time, and the legislature kept getting called back into session every month. And so Mary Murphy and Dave Senjum negotiated all summer. Watching them negotiate was like watching grass grow. I mean, it was very, very slow. And then Dean and I, as the minority leads, got called in the fall. And I was, super happy that they agreed that, yes, this should be a priority, with all St. Paul legislators behind it, to do the first $54 million for the bridge. So then, why didn't the city build the bridge? That was my big frustration. Well, there was COVID. There was design issues. There was supply chain issues. There was inflation. So imagine my shock when Sean came to me then a few years later and said, Sandy, we need another $29 million. And I said, no way. No way am I going to be able to get another $29 million. You already got 54 for this bridge, plus the federal money. Just go and build the bridge. Well, you can't build the bridge if you don't have all the money. So we were, again, the stars were aligned. In 23, we had such a big target, in the end, $2.6 billion, that I was able to squeeze in $25 million. And I said, that's it. I can't get a penny more. And Sean says, I need 5 more. And so, this is a little known fact, we went to Senator Scott Dibble in the Transportation Committee and said, Scott, can you do the last $5 million for the bridge? And he said yes. So I think his name hasn't been mentioned here, but $5 million is still a good number to get for any project, right? Yeah, thank you, Scott. So no more money, Sean, build that bridge, and here we are, closing the bridge, we're gonna build it. And so it does take a village to do bridges, like everything else. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of work. The engineers, the construction workers now that are going to be, we have the money to hire you all to get to work on that bridge. And I'll be very excited in 3 years when we're back here for the groundbreaking. And thank you all, everyone who put so much effort into this. And after me, Senator Perez Vega.
right. Buenos dias. That's right, because we speak many languages and many communities from all over the state, not just in the best city in the state of St. Paul that's going to be taking this bridge. It's a welcoming to what has already been stated, and as somebody that grew up taking this bridge from Lower Town, when I used to travel with my bomba drums out of the Northern Warehouse all the way to the east side of our park and recs at Dayton's Bluff, it's tremendous to see that our kids are going to have safety. There's safety what comes with this bridge. And as co-chair of the St. Paul delegation at the state, it was an importance to get it to that finish line when our other delegations were coming across to say, why do we need to give more money to St. Paul? Well, we need to give more money to St. Paul because we're the capital city here. And if our capital city isn't shining with our bridges, with housing, with businesses, with all the infrastructure that comes for clean water and energy, then what does that reflect about our state? And so the impact of this bridge is way beyond being underneath all these amazing planes and trains. It's giving a little bit of sunshine. I need some more lenses on when we talk about giving some more sunshine to St. Paul. It brings hope and opportunity that we do care about our future, that we do care about the importance of transportation and how our great bike lanes are going to be supplying that. So this fight wasn't just about a St. Paul versus everybody, which I like to say because, as my colleague, Representative Erdow says, why do you keep saying that? And then he gets the answer and he knows, he says, oh, I get it. You gotta be loud and you gotta fight for what you wanna get. And that's something that we do collectively from the federal to the state to the local. And that's what this bridge shows. I'm not gonna go into the history because my colleagues from all over stated it, but I will leave you with this, that impact matters. Being vocal matters, and working collectively together is what makes that change for the future of St. Paul. Gracias.
And I'd also like to introduce, that's okay, I'd like to introduce my former state representative, my county commissioner, Rena Moran. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. So planes, trains, cars, trucks, it is what we do here, right? And it's what we do, that's right, trucks and tractors and all, and people. Nothing is more important than that, and the people. And I love St. Paul, so I am so happy that this is happening today. So good morning, everyone. It's a good morning here in St. Paul and for Ramsey County. I'm County Commissioner Rena Moran, and I'm proud to be here on behalf of the entire county board, celebrating with you and pledging all of our patience as we kick off the construction of this important bridge and look forward to watching this project come to completion in the next few years. I'm extra proud to be here today because as a state representative, I was a chief author of this legislation in its earliest days. All of us know that projects of this magnitude always take multiple sessions and a strong partnership at all levels of government to do this work for the people of St. Paul and the state of Minnesota. For this project, we all came together and we all moved in the same direction to serve our shared residents. I want to call out again all of the Ramsey County legislators, like my great partners here in St. Paul, Senator Pappas, Senator Jay Zong, Representative Maria Isa Perez-Vega, for all your hard work in advancing this project. And a special thanks goes to our federal delegation, Representative Betty McCullen, Senator Smith, Senator Klobuchar, and for your advocacy and attention and your focus on this project. We cannot do this without the collective partners, federal, state, and local. And at the county level, we believe in residents first. And any bridge project is a good example, how about a great example of putting residents first. We need this for downtown to be successful. We need this for the gold line and the purple line to come to be successful. I'm excited, and I hope you all are excited about this kickoff and to be with you today. Thank you all.
Thank you, Commissioner. Must note we have a number of partners in this space with us here today. I see our partners at Visit St. Paul, the Downtown Alliance, our St. Paul Port Authority, of course Ramsey County, the St. Paul Saints, and other folks who are here. I see John Grebner, who is who works on our team. It's his birthday today, so he'd be delighted if we all sang happy birthday right now, but just tell him happy birthday as you walk out. Thank you all for being here. Oh, and certainly we have partners from our labor coalition. We appreciate you guys. This doesn't get done without the work, and we definitely appreciate you. Literally, we talk a lot about the work of city building, and oftentimes when we say that, it's a metaphor. We know that when you set to work doing the work of city building, it's not a metaphor at all. It's actually the real labor that will put this bridge together and that will set the infrastructure in place for our future generations. So we thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here. Oh, we're taking 2 questions then?
I have a question about what the traffic is going to look, or what you anticipate traffic to look like in the city with the bridge closed, since there is about 14,000 cars that go across this bridge. How do you anticipate?
Yes, as we said, there's about a $14,000 vehicle count per day. I see our Public Works Director, Sean Kershaw, coming up. And, you know, again, the future of this bridge is accommodating those 14,000 cars, but also being able to better accommodate bikes, pedestrians, our goal line, transit route, and a whole bunch of other things. I understand the question is about sort of in the meantime, how do we expect that traffic to operate? You want to come to the microphone, Director Kershaw? This is St. Paul Public Works Director Sean Kershaw.
Thank you, Mayor. Thanks for the question. The primary detour route will be along East 7th during the duration of the construction. Certainly there'll be others. The primary detour route will be East 7th.
Other questions? Thank you all for coming.